What does the squeeze factor in anamorphic lenses actually mean? And why do 1.33, 1.5, and 2 times lenses give you different results? The squeeze factor tells you how much horizontal image the lens is compressing onto the sensor. So a 2 times anamorphic lens squeezes in much more width than a 1.33 times lens. When you de-squeeze the latter, you get a much wider image back out of the same sensor area. It changes how much width you're capturing, how the sensor is being used, and how you arrive at that final frame. A simple example. If you shoot on a 16:9 sensor with a 1.33 anamorphic, you end up at roughly 2.39 after de-squeeze. That's one reason 1.33 became so popular for digital cameras. It fits very neatly within a 16:9 sensor. A 1.5 times lens squeezes more. On that same 16:9 sensor, you landed around 2.66 to 1 after the de-squeeze. So if your final delivery is 2.39, you usually crop a little. A 2 times lens squeezes much more. On a full 16:9 sensor, that gives you an extremely wide image after the de-squeeze, around 3.55 to 1. So now you either need a major crop, or you use a taller sensor mode, like 4:3 or open gate, which usually makes much more sense for 2 times anamorphic. So even when the final aspect ratio is the same, the way you get there is completely different. Higher squeeze factors usually push the anamorphic trails further. The oval bokeh becomes more pronounced, the horizontal expansion feels stronger, and the image often feels closer to that classic anamorphic look that people have in mind. So 1.33, 1.5, and 2 are not exactly mild, medium, and strong versions of the same thing because they all use the sensor differently, and they often give you a different anamorphic character, even if the final exported frame ends up being the exact same ratio.